Ellen Levine, the author of the Caldecott Honors book, Henry Box Freedom, is an international best-selling author. She enjoys writing nonfiction because it allows her to go behind the scenes of the story, learn new things, and meeting new people, even if they lived 200 years ago. When she came across the story of Henry Box Freedom, she was awed by his ingenious plan, his courage in undertaking it in limited space, only a little water, a few biscuits, and lived to tell about it.
Henry's Freedom Box is a true story about the Underground Railroad during the mid-1800s. Henry was born a slave and always dreamed of freedom. One day his master told Henry, "You are a good worker, Henry. I am giving you to my son. You must obey him and never tell a lie." Once again, he dreamed of freedom even more. He worked arduously at a tobacco leaf. "Don't tear that tobacco leaf," is all he heard, and afraid to get beat if he did. Years passed and he married another slave named Mary and had a family, but his happiness turned into sorrow when he had found out that his family had been sold at the slave market. Again, he dreamed of freedom. Weeks passed, and while at work, he picked up a crate and knew exactly what to do. He'd mail himself to freedom, from Richmond, Virginia to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Dr. Smith, one of his friends, and an abolitionist rode on top of the box, this side up, with care. For 27 excruciating hours, Henry squatted, upside down, sideways, bumpy road, train ride, wagon ride, boat ride. He remained silent through this perilous journey inside the box. Finally, his perseverance paid off. Welcome to freedom, and for the first time he had a birthday, March 30th of 1849. Henry's journey is a true depiction of one's determination and perseverance. He traveled for 27 hours and crossed 350 miles in his wooden crate.
Over a period of about 400 years, about 10 to 15 million African people were kidnapped and sold into slavery. These people were packed into crowded ships and brought to the New World, the Americas, as a source of free labor. The slave trade was profitable and cruel. People would return from working in the fields or from hunting and find their families missing. Sometimes entire villages were captured by the slave traders and loaded onto ships. Many people died on this trip to the New World. Their comfort and survival was not considered. There was no bathroom facilities and very little food. It's no wonder disease killed so many.
Henry's journey is one that I relate to on a personal level, both with my own family and the experiences of many of my students. Whether traveling legally or illegally from Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, or El Salvador, my students and their families have always held El Norte, or the North, dear to their hearts. El Norte means the United States of America. Although the slavery Henry encountered was different, my family and millions of others feel enslaved in their own countries with limited lives, lack of jobs, money, food, and formal education. Similar to Henry's treacherous journey to the north in the crate box, countless immigrants like some of my students have endured sweltering days and unfortunately for hundreds a deadly ride on La Bestia, or the Beast, the death train. This is a cargo train that travels from the Guatemalan-Mexican border all the way north through Mexico. These people, like Henry, either lay flat or sit on top of this train until it stops, or for some, until their ultimate death as they accidentally fall off. No one deserves to live a life full of limitations. This country has so much to offer. All individuals, regardless of language, race, and religion, have a human right to search and find the freedom they deserve.